I don't think there is an average day in news, you know?
We get to see things that nobody else really does.
Being a photojournalist in 2023.
This year's has been a little bit of everything.
You have to be ready for anything.
Go places, meet people.
Hi!
Hey. Everybody can relate to emotion.
Oh, my baby.
If there's emotion going on, that's a moment that we should capture it.
Everything that we do is all about moments.
Let's take 5 full, deep cleansing breaths at your pace.
Every blonde should be married, right?
But sometimes sisters are not as close as we are.
Let's go. Come on, you can see my new bedroom.
When they first walked in, they started running everywhere.
Get those shoes on and be outside.
And now we gotta make it look good.
4-legged lawnmowers, yeah.
Very easy to get tipped over.
We wanted to be here in person, pay our respects. You know.
This is not okay.
Zoom in on that. Is that a bird?
Yeah, where?
And I love bringing joy to them. I love making them laugh.
Behind the scenes, there's people like you and me doing a lot of hard work and running around all day.
Hallelujah.
There's at least one person on every hour of every 24-hour day.
Nashville is not a sleepy town. You know, I come in at midnight, and I would say the majority of the world is asleep at midnight. Not Nashville. Broadway right now for 1:45 in the morning is actually kind of busy. I like coming in and like, oh, today is completely different than yesterday.
This meeting will be very, very quick. Brianna, everything still good to go with THP? Okay, did you figure out where y'all are gonna meet?
My name is Justice Kennedy, and right now I'm about to set up our live shot. Looks a little sketchy, but it's news. You gotta find out a way. But look at the view, look what you get out of it though. May have to get your Uggs wet.
It's something new every day, whether it's the weather or...
Is this sprinkling?
It feels like it.
If we're breaking a story or if we're doing a follow-up story.
I just like how everything just comes together, and then you, after that, you just watch it on TV and you're like, oh, that's what I created.
Everyone makes it home or to their family and friends safely this Thanksgiving.
If Sky 5 works out, I might, for one of the hits, have them shoot y'all.
My name is Mike Rose. I'm the chief photographer at Channel 5. We're out here at Hollingshead Aviation. We're about to take off in Sky 5 for our morning traffic and weather segments.
We're going to take our time when we get up, go slow.
I've had my coffee. I am fired up, ready to go. There's nothing like getting just a little bit ahead of the city.
We're gonna have traffic at 5:50.
It's a great resource. It's an incredible tool to gather news in places that you just can't get to on the ground. Sometimes you see things down on the ground that are difficult. You know, people are going through something difficult.
Nashville definitely had bigger stories in 2023. The Covenant school shooting, then we had the Tennessee 3, and then we had 9 soldiers from Fort Campbell die in helicopter crashes.
I'll be checking back in with you as we get closer and closer to that crash scene.
And then we had tornadoes.
Some people are walking around their properties with flashlights.
That was all 1 week. It hits, you know, hard. And then you start thinking about, you know, everybody involved, not only, you know, the victims' families, but then you start thinking about your coworkers. Are your, you know, who's doing what? Are they okay? Can I help?
We want to be good neighbors as well, you know, but also cover the news at the same time. So it does come with some responsibility and some ethics, you know what I mean? We definitely think about that. News happens 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and if you have the tolerance to kind of put up with that, you're going to get to see a lot.
With the help of our cameras on Sky 5, take a close look at the front of this incoming military plane. You'll see no windows, no cockpit at all. This is a new day indeed.
This is historic. I mean, you know, this is a big deal for us.
This is a remotely piloted military plane, an MQ-9, debuting new satellite technology that now allows these planes to land in many more airfields across the country. This is the first time one of these has touched down in Tennessee.
We got lined up just right outside of the Smyrna airport and filmed it coming in, landing. That was just such a treat to be able to kind of capture that. And nobody else has that shot. Nobody.
The cool moments and the cool stories are easier to remember than the bad stuff.
It just feels like my job brings a lot of happiness.
I just wrapped up the first part of my shift, and all the other photographers are probably just getting up and getting ready for the day.
Every shift has its own challenges.
I work the day shift, Monday through Friday.
That means 9 to 5 to regular people.
There's always something new out there. You're always moving, you're outside.
Working pretty much every condition.
During the best weather, during the worst weather.
Just about every photographer is pretty well prepared.
Does the fanny pack look very cool on camera?
And then I got rain gear, more rain gear.
The wind better work with me here.
Oh, the wind. Oh my goodness.
My goodness. Very windy, very bad storm today.
As we were getting off the interstate, we noticed that there was a semi-truck flipped over on the shoulder. Wind especially is very hard to visualize. It wasn't that day.
For all the road warriors like George Babb,
It's really easy to get tipped over. Really easy.
it takes a lot to rattle their resolve.
Yep, trying to get on, but I'm not going to try to move right now until I get that door closed.
But this intense wind isn't just shaking his semi.
Yeah, I came up from Georgia with a pretty light load myself. Woo.
He's worried it might just topple it right over.
There's nothing I can do about it. If it decides to go, it's got to go. It's going to go.
And sure enough, just as George finished that thought, it happened.
He got blown over.
Just a few hundred feet away on Fort Campbell Boulevard, a semi was swept to its side.
And when I got up here to the intersection, I seen people running over to this semi that had been blown over.
James Smith saw two Good Samaritans pull the driver out of the cab, unscathed, but definitely scared.
I saw another one on I-24 down there on its side.
The driver of this semi was hauling a light load of mail, which seemed to be the common theme.
They weigh a lot, but if they're empty, it's just like a big sail there, and the wind catches that, and you know, away they go.
Which is why George reasons it's better to weather the wind right where he is than take a risky ride home.
Just sit back and wait for it to calm down, or find someplace safe to park.
With photojournalist Jordan Powell, Chris Davis, News Channel 5.
It's important to immerse the viewer into what I'm experiencing. I'm constantly out looking for those like key moments in the story. And so much so that I sometimes sneak up on people and they like look over their shoulder and
then he's going to,
sneak up on you. I'm sorry. I think that's really when the great moments happen.
My name is Dan Blommel. I'm a photojournalist. Interview sound is here. Sometimes I bump it down to here. I think to do this job, you need to have some sort of understanding of where everybody's coming from.
Samaritan's Purse, a Christian disaster relief organization, bought land and built a new subdivision and is filling it with new homes. Today, 16 families get to see them for the first time.
We don't just like seeing you on your worst day and it's like you're miserable, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to you, and then we abandon you. No, we don't do that.
They finally have a home.
The best parts are when we follow up with you and hopefully we get the best. Hopefully the best does happen for you.
That feels so good. What would you like to do if you had a house?
If I had a house, I would invite all my friends over for supper.
Oh.
6-year-old Kiesia, an aspiring reporter, gave us a personal tour.
And she shows me the bed, she shows me the closet, and it's just like she's playing reporter.
Look at this little tiny bed. This bed is so tiny.
while Megan's children explored
Open the other closet.
every inch
This closet's ginormous.
of space.
Just seeing them walk through and saying that this is theirs and it has a safe room there. That was a very satisfying moment.
My name is Devin Crawford. I'm a photojournalist at NewsChannel 5. I'm gonna take this off, as good as it looks. Shooting video is kind of like my meditation because it demands your complete attention. Starting with the Covenant school shooting, it's been, for me, I'm sure for a lot of other people too, really difficult to cover the news. Starting with a bunch of children going up to the Capitol to protest, which led to the Tennessee 3 joining the protests on the floor.
Has every member voted? Does any member wish to change their vote?
And escalated into their expulsion hearings and expulsion of 2 of them. It just felt like nonstop. A student had reached out to the newsroom, basically said he was scared to go to school and wanted his voice heard.
Every day our children walk into school with the hope of walking out at the end of the day.
I know people that know people that died, and like these are real people, and this happens so much to real people.
Just days after the Covenant school shooting, and many people are asking, when will this ever end? Less than 8 miles from that tragic scene, students at Martin Luther King Jr. Magnet High School are hoping to make a change by living up to their school's name.
We stand together. It's very important that we do that, because if we stand together, our voices are louder.
Sometimes it's hard to find the right words to say. So these students chose to write them down.
I'm really glad that our school is giving us the option to at least honor the victims the way we are.
They're writing down the names of all 6 victims of the Covenant school shooting.
Actually, I know what I want to do.
Along with messages of hope.
It's hit a lot of us really hard, because obviously it's in our community, so it feels it feels more real to some people and less real to others.
And now we gotta make it look good. Bob Ross this.
Joseph Dybel is just 14, a freshman.
I don't want people to get numb to school shootings. I don't want people to be like, oh, another school shooting, let's just practice another drill or give more thoughts and prayers.
Dybel and his classmates are calling for a change.
A lot of people are violating our rights when they come into school with a gun or they come into school with intent to hurt us, and all we want to do is learn. I have 2 brothers at elementary schools, and I'm worried that they might not come home one day, and that is a terrible feeling, and I can't even imagine what that must be like for parents.
Students say if they're putting their lives on the line just to learn, they deserve to be heard.
I'm proud. I am.
It's heartbreaking, and it's something that we have to keep doing. And I don't know how many more children's lives have to end for people to realize that this has to be stopped and this needs to be changed.
It felt important to give them a voice. It was kind of what we were missing from the conversation at that point.
I don't think we are ever more relevant than when something like tragic or eventful happens. When you go out on a story and people are all like, I never watch the news, whatever, but I know that on those days, they are watching us. People need that information, and I don't think that we're ever more relevant in our jobs and what we do than getting that information out to people who need it.
General Assembly of the State of Tennessee, now extraordinary session.
You can't just shout out anything
This
you like.
is the misuse of governmental power.
Just go ahead and go home for the weekend. After a loud week, there's finally a little calm at the Capitol.
It was really difficult to have composure.
But Sarah Shoup-Newman knows that calm only lasts until Monday, when lawmakers will return for more special session.
We will be here when they gavel back in.
Newman and other Covenant school moms have had a front row seat to it all.
If you want to run this bill and ram it down everybody's throat and down these people's throat, you're doing exactly that, and that's wrong.
From fierce fights over legislation,
Trooper, the third one back in the center, needs to exit the room,
to chaos in committee hearings.
It just triggered a level of anxiety I wasn't expecting. I think it took me back to March 27th when I was running down Hillsborough Pike and saw the officers there.
Newman is thankful her child wasn't in the Covenant School building the day a mass shooter killed 6 innocent lives. But the aftermath for the whole school community has been its own challenge.
People have become a shell of who they used to be. There's children that can't sleep at night, that are trying to form safety plans in their house, asking their parents where they would hide.
But now the House and Senate are mired in a deadlock.
Technically, we're through.
We're going to pass what we think we need to pass.
It's possible few, if any, bills will actually become law.
It is frustrating, and that I feel like there were some really good bills that were put forth.
I mean, I'll stay till hell freezes over to serve the people of Tennessee and to serve these families and help them.
Does that mean extending beyond Monday of next week?
Absolutely.
Whether the impasse ends next week or next legislative session,
you have a voice, and it's your right to speak out.
The Covenant moms say they'll be here.
We've got a determination that's not going anywhere.
Whether it's loud or calm.
Every year after that, until God calls us home.
Absolute best part of the job is being able to help people like that, people in the community, and knowing that, our job means something.
I'm really proud of the work we did during that time because I think everybody showed a lot of compassion.
Yeah, Nashville's been tough this year. It's been tough. But stories like this, we have a lot of uplifting things to be, to celebrate and be proud of. Probably one of my favorite stories I've done in my almost 20-year career. It wasn't long, maybe 30 seconds of being there, I realized that these women were pretty spectacular.
Being together is all that matters.
That's Janet.
It smelled exactly like popcorn and hairspray, didn't it?
203 now. When we were here, it was 205.
We just bonded and became a fun group to be with.
Ann's got her rollers in her hair.
All right, straighten them. Marsha Johnston.
That was good, yes. By the way, I'm not sure about the growing up.
I don't know that that's happened yet.
No.
We still have time.
We were always walking across campus as a group. We just named ourselves the group. I don't know how we came up with that. Do you?
We started out keeping up with each other through a group letter because there was no internet and phone calls cost money.
Is that me? You're asleep.
I'm Mary French. This is Ann Sechrist. And there are two that aren't here.
We still haven't played Rook.
I know, we've got to do that tonight. We used to play Rook during finals week.
Whenever we'd get the group letter, our families would say, "Stop, Mom's got the group letter, leave her alone for an hour."
This is when we went to Myrtle Beach. We buried Elaine in the sand.
We think of each other as sisters.
Every blonde should be buried, right?
But sometimes sisters are not as close as we are.
Oh my goodness, that one we're actually bending over with our body buckets.
These are our sisters of the heart for sure.
Why? We think there's only one reason, it's God. God brought us together and He's kept us together.
Marcia said, "Remember, we're going to be those little angels on your shoulder tomorrow when you're getting your treatment." Surrounded her with our love and our prayers.
But Marcia's a survivor, Elaine's a survivor, Mary Ann's a survivor, and I'm a survivor.
Is that why you think you guys are so close?
That's a good part of it.
And Beatrice would be with us if she had had surgery. It was breast cancer and she just wouldn't do it. We're always telling the younger generation to enjoy your college friends. We hope we're encouraging them to keep up.
Okay, so y'all come this way with me.
It looks the same to me.
I want to get Fanning in the background.
Lipscomb was so gracious to have us here.
So y'all come towards me just a little.
We're excited about being 80, and we've had wonderful lives.
That is so sweet.
It's not over yet.
Every moment I've spent with them has just been a joy.
We'll be together forever.
A month after their story is told, I get this in the mailbox at work. Dear Angie, you were a spark in our reunion and we will never forget you. Thank you so much for your kindness and your willingness to tell our story. The hard days that I questioned this job and the meaning of why I'm still a journalist, like, I start thinking about this.
We get to see and experience all these amazing things that nobody can ever do in their life.
Yeah, what a ride, you know, like this job, it takes you.
I'm Jimmy Farmer. I'm a photojournalist at NewsChannel 5. I'm the last one in and the last one out at night. I work the evening shift.
The bells are ringing here at the Brentwood Kroger. I'm Rory Johnson.
I like night shift. I'm a night owl. I'm not a morning person. That's where the action is. That's where I wanted to be.
It's a scene you expect in the heart of Music City.
It's good to be home! 2, 1.
Coming out of the COVID years, we were locked down quite a bit. We didn't see each other, and it's been nice to get back into a newsroom and collaborate with people.
This is a really sweet person. My schedule's kind of like whenever I see a story and I want to work it, I just kind of go and I do it. I'm Forrest Sanders, and I'm a multimedia journalist. That's somebody who it's a reporter who does their own photography, they do their own editing, they write, and you got to figure out a way to make it work with one person.
The balloons, the attention. Paulette Holland of Cookeville doesn't like celebrating birthdays.
I just didn't care about them.
But having her daughters around,
I'm the youngest here.
and having a whole lot of other people she loves stop by, she'll take those parts. The reason Paulette doesn't like birthdays goes all the way back to 1967 Chicago, her 16th birthday, the day she gave birth to her first child, Bobby.
I wanted the best for him, and I knew at the time at 16 I was not the best. I met these good Christian people. They couldn't have any children.
Paulette nursed Bobby at the home of that couple in Cincinnati for a few weeks. The couple bought Paulette a Greyhound ticket back to Chicago after they'd adopted Bobby.
It's heartbreaking to have to give something up like that. But then I felt like you did the best for your baby.
For 56 years, Paulette's constantly wondered where her child ended up. What city was he in? Was he in a city at all?
And I really did, deep down, thought maybe he had passed away, you know, that maybe he just didn't exist anymore. And I never would find him.
But no. As it turned out, just as Paulette looked for Bobby, there was someone out there looking for Paulette. You see, after some searches, Bobby's daughter found Paulette's family in Cookeville and reached out to one of Paulette's daughters.
And she said, "We found your baby boy."
Right now, Bobby's on his way from his home in Indiana to meet his mom for the first time. Bobby's 10 minutes away.
You want to see my heart?
20 seconds away.
Oh my God.
Paulette sees her son, Bob Shepard.
Oh, my baby. Oh, my baby. Oh, baby father.
And Bob has with him a whole lot of guests, family Paulette's never met.
Make yourself at home, because this is your home.
56 years. It's awesome.
After all those years of having so few pictures of her son, it's time to make more.
It's so important to tell these moments as well.
Happy birthday, Paulette.
I hope that people enjoy them in the same way that I get to work on them.
The news cycle never slows down, and neither do our news crews.
You have an important job to do. You're telling the community stories, and you want to do it in the best way possible. Every day. Did I do good? Hey, did you peep out the News Channel 5 sunshades?
See, this is.
Just kidding.
Is this live? Golly, that light's bright.
Is this terrible on you?
Yeah.
I rambled so much.
I don't want to do this ever again.
Oh no! GoPro down.
No, engineering, don't look. Don't look.
No, I will make this work. Does that look bad?